So let's pretend we have our tent, and our tent is out. It does feel like it has something heavy in it, but no, it doesn't. So there's our tent out, and there's our tent cover, our rain cover. And if we try and just bundle this up into this bag and crush it into the bag, it's not going to happen. It's not going to fit. So the first part we're going to do is the first part we take off, which is this part. And this is called a fly sheet. And realistically, you're by yourself. You should have one peg pegging this out on one side to hold it against the wind for you, and you should have pegs left in this to hold it too. So the first thing we're going to do is just fold that into one half. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it just has to be folded into one half. And then what you're going to do is take the sides of your tent and fold them in, and try and straighten this as much as possible. So flat, straight, fold it in half again, right? Fold it in half again. Not perfect, doesn't need to be folded to be perfect. Now we're going to fold in half again. And we could fold any old way we want in half. Now we're going to check our template. It doesn't quite match, which means we'll have to stuff that in. So our next fold can be this size, so from here. So we're going to fold it a little bit shorter. So from here we're going to fold, right? And that's our template already made. And then we're going to take this piece and again, there's our template. Okay, and we can leave that to one side for the moment. The next thing to do is take your tent. Again, you don't want the dirt on the inside of the tent, so you fold the outside of the tent, which is going to be wet. And you just fold it in half, making sure all the dry bits are on the inside. I mean, you're going to go home and you're going to do this again. When you bring your tent home, it has to be all taken out and dried. So it's important that you realize this is just to get home. This is so that you can take your tent home and you're not a fly camper, as some people call it. So now we could start using the template here, and I'll show you what I mean by folding the tent kind of back to back. So I can bring this in, fold it, and I haven't had to move. So I can bring this in, lift up, and I haven't had to move. Now this folded in half will probably be our template, or close enough to our template. So I'll show you another way of doing that. So that's because that's a bit technical. Let's take that out again. But that would be how I would get a tent into a bag and be smaller than the bag. So fold in half. We're quite happy with folding in half. We'll fold in half again. And we're wider than our template now. Where's our bag? So here's our template. Look, I can't get it in that way. Can I fold it that way? Again, difficult. So we take our template. There's our mark here for our bag. We'll just fold it into that size. which looks perfect. Okay, now we're going to need our tent pegs or our tent poles. We're going to take the inside of the tent. If you can come in close, and I'm going to really compress this as much as possible, even to the point where I kneel on it and grab it. I take this piece. I'm going to need my bag next, and I fold up the whole lot together. You'll see the air has to be pushed. It will come out. And with the bag, with my knee on the ground, I can start to get the tent in. And it's in the bag.